Okay, listener, strap yourselves in for a deep dive
Oh, yeah.
into Area 51,
This will be good.
one of the biggest mysteries out there.
For sure.
And you guys sent in so much on this.
Yeah,
I can tell you're as obsessed with this place as I am.
me too.
So we've got a ton of stuff to go through.
We do.
Everything from people who say they've met aliens
Right.
to people who say it's all a bunch of nothing.
Exactly.
So let's try to separate fact from fiction.
Sounds like a plan.
What's so interesting about Area 51 is that it's become this cultural icon for
Right.
everything we don't know.
The unknown.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But there's some real historical events here
Oh, yeah.
and some real science
Definitely.
that we need to look at.
Absolutely.
So we're going to look at both sides.
We are.
The arguments that aliens are involved and the arguments that say it's all just,
Earthly.
down to earth.
Right.
To try to get a clearer picture of what's going on.
A clearer picture.
So picture this. You're in the Nevada desert.
Okay.
It's remote.
Yeah.
It's desolate.
That's really desolate.
Almost feels like you're on another planet.
Right.
And in the middle of all this,
Yeah.
tucked away behind all this security,
Okay.
is this super secret military base?
Area 51.
Yeah, Area 51.
It's like the perfect setup for a good conspiracy theory.
Oh, totally.
Right.
Perfect.
It is.
And the story really starts
It does.
back in 1947
47.
with the Roswell incident.
Roswell.
A lot of people think this is how this whole
Oh, yeah.
alien thing with Area 51 got started.
The genesis.
Yeah, the genesis of it all.
Exactly.
Roswell.
Roswell.
This is the incident that started it all.
It did.
What really happened with that flying disc
That's what they called it.
that crashed near Roswell, New Mexico?
They did call it a flying disc.
And you know what? At
Okay.
first, the military actually used the term flying disc,
That's right.
which obviously
Or
got everyone freaking out.
yeah,
Then they changed their story,
they did.
said it was just a weather balloon.
A weather balloon.
But changing the story like that
Oh, yeah.
just made people more suspicious.
Understandably, like
Yeah.
a cover-up.
A total cover-up.
Right.
But to understand what was going on,
You have to.
we need to look at something called Project Mogul.
Project Mogul.
This was a top-secret program
Top secret.
that the government was running at the time.
At the time.
They were using
They're using these balloons.
balloons.
Way up high.
Yeah, high-altitude balloons
So listen,
with microphones on them
for the Soviets.
to listen in on Soviet nuclear tests.
That's right.
Now, these weren't your average birthday party balloons.
Yeah, no.
These were huge,
Huge.
made out of weird materials,
Yeah.
and designed to fly super high.
Super high.
So if you saw one of these things crash
And didn't know what it was.
and you didn't know what it was,
You might think flying disc?
you might actually think it was a flying disc.
I would.
So maybe
Yes, maybe.
the explanation for Roswell
Yeah.
isn't as crazy as some people think.
It could be that simple.
But then we've got Bob Lazar
Oh, yeah.
coming onto the scene
In the late 80s.
in the late 80s.
Yeah.
And things get really interesting.
Interesting.
This guy claimed he worked at this secret place
Call S4.
called S4
Supposedly,
near Area 51.
where he was reverse engineering.
Reverse engineering alien spacecraft.
Wow.
Anti-gravity propulsion systems. This thing called Element 115 is fuel.
Element 115.
He went all in
He did.
on this story,
Full of
Lazar's
dive.
claims.
They were something else.
They definitely got people's
Talk about
attention
attention grabbing
and just added
to
to
the myth.
the whole Area 51 myth.
The Area 51 myth, but
There are reasons to be skeptical.
there are.
There's no proof he went to the schools he said he went to, or that he worked at the places he said he worked.
No.
Red flag.
Red flag.
And then there's the Element 115 thing.
Yes.
The fuel for the alien spacecraft.
The fuel.
His description of it
Yeah.
doesn't really match up with reality.
It doesn't.
Wait,
Huh.
so Element 115 actually exists?
It does.
It does.
It does, but not like he said.
Okay, so
It was made in a lab.
it was made in a lab.
Back in 2003,
Wow.
scientists
Right.
bombarded atoms of americium
Okay.
with calcium ions
Wow.
in a particle accelerator.
That's amazing.
And what they made,
But-
Moscovium.
Incredibly unstable.
Fairly stable.
Just milliseconds
Wow.
before it decays.
So not really useful as fuel?
No,
No.
not for a spaceship.
Not at all like what Lazar is describing.
Not at all.
So Lazar's story,
Could be more fiction than science.
yeah, more fiction than fact.
Right.
But
Well-
what about all those UFO sightings
Science.
around Area 51? People see things.
People see strange lights.
Mm-hmm.
Things moving in ways that,
And we don't understand.
yeah, that we don't understand.
Right.
It can't all be
It can't all be weather balloons.
weather balloons.
Right. I mean, the
Oh,
government itself admitted it. Back in 2019,
Yeah.
Navy pilots
Navy pilots.
ran into some things.
Things they couldn't explain?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Or UAPs.
UAPs.
They even put out videos.
They did?
They did.
I've seen those videos.
They're interesting.
They are interesting,
Well,
but
that does mean it's aliens.
not necessarily aliens.
No.
But it does mean
It does mean
that there are things in the sky
that we don't know about.
that we can't
That we
explain.
don't know about them.
So we've got these unexplained sightings.
Right.
Secret projects.
Mm-hmm.
A government that loves its secrets.
They love secrets.
It all leads to one big question.
The big question.
What is really going on?
What is going on
At Area 51?
at Area 51?
If it's not aliens,
If it's not aliens,
then what could it be?
what could it be?
What could explain all this?
All the weird stuff.
All this weird stuff.
Yeah.
The most likely explanation
The most likely explanation.
might not be as exciting
As aliens?
as aliens,
Right.
but it's based on history.
Historical fact.
We have to think about
That maybe
the possibility
it's
that Area
a
51
testing ground
is a testing ground
for super secret aircraft.
for highly classified aircraft.
That's right.
You're talking about
Experimental planes.
experimental planes,
Cutting edge.
cutting-edge technology
Stuff the government doesn't want anyone to know about.
that they don't want anyone to know about. Like what? Give me an example.
Think about the Cold War.
The Cold War.
Starting in the 1950s.
Yeah.
The U.S.,
Yeah.
they were developing these crazy planes.
Okay.
Pushing the boundary.
Pushing the boundaries of what was possible.
Total.
And they needed somewhere
To test them.
secret place.
A secluded place.
Yeah, and secluded.
And Area 51.
Area 51 was perfect.
It was perfect.
So are you saying
I am saying.
that some of these UFO sightings
Yeah.
could have been people
Seeing these secret planes.
seeing these secret planes
It's possible.
without knowing what they were?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Like the U-2 spy plane
the YouTube
developed and tested
at Area 51
at Area 51.
in the 50s.
Back in the 50s?
It could fly
Higher than any other plane?
higher than anything else.
At the time.
So if you were on the ground
And you saw this thing.
and you saw this silver, sleek thing
Soaring through the sky.
soaring through the sky,
Totally silent.
totally silent,
You might think it was an alien.
you might think it was from another planet.
It would be easy to think that.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And the U-2
It wasn't the only one?
wasn't the only secret plane they tested there?
Oh, no.
What else?
The U.S. has made some incredible aircraft
I bet.
and kept them secret.
At Area 51.
Area 51, yep.
Like what?
The A-12 Oxcart.
The A-12 Oxcart.
Predecessor to the SR-71 Blackbird.
The Blackbird.
The Blackbird,
I've heard of that one.
super fast,
Yeah.
futuristic.
Yeah.
And then there's the F-117 Nighthawk,
The Nighthawk.
the first stealth aircraft.
Stealth Angular.
Almost alien looking.
Really?
And it could avoid radar.
Wow. That would have seemed like science fiction.
It would have.
So if people saw these things,
And didn't know what they were.
it makes sense.
That they would think UFOs.
It makes sense they'd report them as UFOs.
Right.
So maybe all the secrecy
Talking
around
about-
Area 51
Yeah.
isn't about hiding aliens.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's about protecting
Our techno.
our military technology.
That makes sense.
But why all the secrecy in the first place? Why not
Well-
just tell people what they're doing there?
Well, for national security,
Keep
the
their-
government.
They want to keep their advancements secret,
They do.
especially from other countries,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
rivals,
Rivals.
enemies.
Enemies.
It would give the U.S. a huge advantage
Oh, yeah.
if other countries didn't know
About their planes and weapons.
about their latest technology.
Right?
But they kept the very existence of Area 51 a secret
They did.
for decades.
For
It
decades.
wasn't officially acknowledged.
Not until 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
That seems extreme.
It does seem extreme.
But it's not just Area 51.
Not just Area 51.
Think about other places.
Other top secret places.
Places where they do nuclear weapons research.
Yeah.
Or special operations.
Special ops.
They're all super secret
Super secret.
for the same reasons.
To protect information.
It's fascinating
Isn't it?
to think about all the stuff
That's happening.
that's happening behind closed doors
Behind closed doors.
that we know nothing about.
But we know nothing about.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does. Like they're
The government's secrecy, you have the perfect
perfect environment
for conspiracy theory.
for all these conspiracy theories to grow,
Yeah.
whether it was intentional or not.
Intentional or not.
It's like They've accidentally created the perfect breeding ground.
The perfect breeding ground.
For these stories to take root.
To take root.
Yeah.
It's like, once you think there are aliens at Area 51,
Yeah.
every blurry photo
Right.
or weird light in the sky
It's proof.
becomes proof.
Yeah.
Even if there's a simpler explanation.
A more normal explanation.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Area 51 is a blank canvas.
A blank canvas.
Where people can put their hopes and fears.
About the unknown.
About the unknown, yeah.
Exactly.
It's not surprising.
It's not.
That Area 51 is so popular.
Popular
in movies. I know.
Video games.
Video games, everything.
It's like the go-to.
To go for anything alien.
For aliens and UFOs, yeah.
Or UFOs.
It's like a brand.
It's a brand.
Almost.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about the real-world impact.
Oh, yeah?
Remember that Storm Area 51 thing a few years back?
On Facebook.
Millions of people.
Lined up to raid the base.
To find aliens.
To find aliens.
It was like a social experiment.
It was.
Even if it was just a joke. People were sharing memes.
About Naruto running.
Naruto running.
To dodge bullets.
I remember that.
And using inflatable aliens.
Inflatable aliens.
To distract the guards.
Oh, yeah.
It went viral.
It did.
It
shows how curious people are.
About Area 51?
About this place?
Yeah.
And how badly they want answers?
They want answers.
Nobody actually stormed the base?
No.
But it was all over the news.
It was huge.
It made Area 51 even more famous.
Even more famous.
Yeah.
It shows this isn't just a fringe belief.
Yeah.
This is something a lot of people are interested in. Why do you think that is?
Why?
Why are people so fascinated by Area 51?
I think
it's because
it asks some big questions.
Big questions.
Like, are we alone?
Are we alone in the universe?
Yeah.
What is the government hiding from us?
Hiding from us, yeah.
Is there more to reality
than we can see?
Than we know?
These are questions humans have always asked.
Always.
And Area 51 is like...
It's like a focal point.
A focal point for those questions.
Like looking in a mirror.
A mirror.
Our obsession with Area 51 shows us...
Our anxieties.
Our anxieties.
About the unknown.
About the unknown, yeah.
Kind of cool.
It is.
But we can't let our imaginations run wild.
We can't.
The idea of alien tech...
hidden in a base.
Is exciting.
Exciting.
But we need to be careful.
We need to think critically.
Think critically.
You need to look at the evidence.
The evidence.
Consider different ideas.
Yeah.
And be willing to change our minds.
If we learn new information.
Right. So what's the answer?
What's the answer?
What's really going on?
At Area 51.
At Area 51.
Well.
Based on what we've talked about.
The most likely answer.
Yeah.
Is that Area 51. A place to test.
Secret planes.
Advanced secret aircraft.
It's great.
The U.S. has been doing this for a long time.
Developing secret technology.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
That makes sense.
That they'd use Area 51 for that.
It does.
It explains the lights in the sky.
The lights.
The strange planes people see.
The strange planes.
The secrecy.
But a part of me wonders, what if there's more to it? What if some of the crazier theories,
the wilder theories,
are true?
What if
there really are aliens there?
That's a cool thought.
It is a cool thought.
Imagine
what it would mean.
If we found proof.
Proof of aliens.
It would change everything.
It would change everything we know.
About the universe.
About our place in the universe.
It would be huge.
It would be a paradigm shift.
A paradigm shift.
Unlike anything we've ever seen.
Think about the impact on science.
On religion.
On religion.
On history.
It would be humbling.
It would.
We have to rethink everything.
Everything.
Where'd they come from?
Where did they come from?
What kind of technology do they have?
What are their intentions?
What are they doing here?
It would be a whole new chapter.
A whole new chapter.
For humanity.
So we've looked at the evidence.
The evidence.
The conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theories.
The cultural impact.
The cultural impact.
The psychology.
The psychology.
It's a lot.
It is.
But in the end,
it
comes down to this.
Yeah.
What do you believe?
What do you believe?
That's the cool thing about this mystery.
What's that?
There's no right answer.
No right answer.
You have to decide for yourself.
Look at the evidence.
Look at the evidence.
Consider the possibilities.
Consider the possibility.
And make up your own mind.
And even if Area 51 isn't about aliens,
it's still been fun.
It's still been fun to explore the whole topic.
It's about more than just Area 51.
It's about more than Area 51.
It's about curiosity.
Curiosity.
Challenging what we think we know.
Yeah.
Exploring the unknown.
I like that.
The unknown.
It's wild how one place,
right.
Area 51, has caused so much debate.
So much debate.
And captured everyone's imagination.
I know.
We've gone deep into the evidence.
The evidence.
The theories.
All the theories.
The cultural impact.
The impact it's had.
But I think there's one more thing.
One more thing.
We need to talk about.
What's that?
The psychology.
Ah, the psychology.
Of it all.
Right.
Why?
Why are we so...
Are we so drawn
to these mysteries?
Why are we so ready
to believe
in aliens?
Even when
the evidence is shaky.
When the evidence is shaky, it's like we want to believe.
Yeah. We want to believe.
Even if we know.
Even if we know it might not be true.
Might not be true.
What's behind that?
What do you think?
It's partly that human desire.
For the unknown.
For the unknown.
Yeah.
We're curious.
We always
want to know more.
To know more.
To find something new.
Something beyond what we know.
Something amazing.
Something amazing like aliens.
Aliens.
It's exciting.
So exciting. It's like
being a kid again.
When you thought anything was possible.
Yeah.
When magic was real.
Magic was real.
Area 51 is like that.
With all the secrets.
All the secrets.
In the story.
It feeds into that.
It does.
And then there's the distrust.
The government.
People don't trust the government.
Especially when it comes to
national
secrets. So when the government says, nothing to see here.
Move along.
It makes people even more suspicious.
More suspicious.
It makes them think.
They're hiding something. That they're hiding something.
The truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
But they're keeping it from us.
And that's where confirmation bias comes in.
Confirmation bias.
When you believe something.
You look for information.
You look for information that proves you're right.
Even if it means ignoring.
Ignoring other information.
That contradicts it.
Like you're wearing.
Tinted glasses.
Tinted glasses.
You only see what you want to see.
Exactly.
And social media.
Social media makes it even worse.
It makes it easy.
To find people.
Who agree with you.
Who agree with you.
Creates echo chambers.
Echo chambers. Yes. Where these theories.
Grow and grow.
Grow and grow.
So even if there are good explanations.
For Area 51.
For what's happening at Area 51.
People who believe in aliens.
They'll find a way.
To make it fit.
To make it fit their beliefs.
Their beliefs.
It's a reminder.
We all have biases.
That we all have biases.
And they affect how we see things.
So when we think about Area 51.
Yeah.
We have to remember that, remember the psychology?
It's not just about the evidence.
It's about how we see the evidence.
It's about how we interpret the evidence.
Right.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking.
Is so important.
More important than ever.
We need to be able to
evaluate sources.
Identify biases.
Yeah.
Weigh the evidence. So as we wrap up.
Our deep dive
on Area 51.
What have we learned?
What should our listeners take away from all this?
Stay curious.
Stay
But stay skeptical.
Skeptical. Be open to the possibility.
Of the unknown. But don't forget about evidence.
Don't forget about evidence.
And critical thinking.
Like walking a tightrope.
A tightrope.
You want to be open-minded.
Open-minded.
But you also need to be...
grounded
in reality.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Without proof.
And even if
Area
51 is just
a place where they test planes,
it's been worth it.
It's been worth exploring.
It has.
This whole topic.
Because it's made us think. It's challenged our assumptions.
It's
shown us
the complexity of the world.
And
who knows?
Maybe one day.
We'll get answers.
More amazing.
Than we could ever imagine. Until then. Keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep an open mind.
An open mind.
And thanks for joining us.
On the deep dive.